Good afternoon. Or whatever it is, wherever you are. Alright, yes, I did. Look, I did get training materials. I hope I have all of the stuff I need. I guess we'll find out if I don't. So we had started building a quartz plant, or well, I'm thinking the manufacturers up over here. I started draining the stuff here. It's no longer being fed, so we still have to drain the trains and the station. All that stuff. So we take this, we loop back up through here, we maybe hit the quartz. I almost want to do a loop from there. But that would change how the stations work out, so it could be a little awkward. Oop. Just some like outlines of my hands when we were climbing there. I never do get up here to fix this thing. Rail clipped a little bit. Technically, I'm back up there. So I guess I could have gone over this way, and it wouldn't have been that far. This guy's always here. You know, I might want to extend the track. Ooh, I forgot I had random stuff here. I might want to extend the track just because that will use up some of the materials I've got. And hopefully I don't have too much of a problem with all these old lines and conveyor belts. Which I don't know that I want to... Well, I'm not going to have inventory space to take down the quartz yet. Alright, so we had taken... Oh, this is too steep? I didn't know that steep was an issue. Okay, well, it's only... That probably means it's going to clip a little bit. And I don't think there's anything I can do about that, except maybe trying to arrange... No, I think we'd hit... Well, maybe we hadn't hit length before, and it had actually become steep. Aha! Okay, so we end up going over that little section a bit. So this is going to be the slightly more open zone. So I guess... I might need to go up to the corner a little bit here, because this is almost going to have to do this, just so it can do this. And that's going to kind of do a swing out thing. Alright, so that stuff goes over there. So I might actually need to go back down here. Yeah. Oh. I'm not sure if he's stuck or not. That's the belt. Yeah, so straight shots through there. Okay, well that's not gonna look good. Yeah, his little hill is gonna be rough regardless. Now, it's possible I don't actually want to bring the station all the way up here. So we got this space. So we take some of that down. Haven't even freed up one slot yet, so it wasn't that much. Oh yeah, there is limestone over here. So if I wanted to do silica, I could do cheap silica. I'd get a lot of it, which would be a volume concern. I don't know if there's limestone near, near where we're at. Alright, so I guess this side actually would have been a better place for a train station, like right here. So maybe it'd be worth swinging out. Of course, if I... Oh, I was thinking about how many machines this would take. But I think I need to ship... Or rather, I want to ship raw quartz just because I probably won't need it all for oscillators. Although maybe I shut down production for a little bit, ship all the crystal until we used it. I might almost want to hook. I've already taken up that other old conveyor, haven't I? And then switch it over to raw quartz. Maybe by then I'll be ready to do something else with the quartz. Okay. Could probably also cross over. Is this going to be smoother? Well, there's that bit. Kind of? This stuff's a little rough. I mean, I guess if you wanted to, you could actually, like, loop into here, pick up the quartz, and then kind of continue on. And on that theory, you would want to go in this side. But you could also arrange it as a in-out. I mean, that would reverse your train every time, which would be a bit awkward. Shoot, I would actually have to take down the belt then, wouldn't I? Well, I've been looking at draining the belt. If we take this section down, which I'm not going to have space for. Oh, and I'm still carrying some crystal. We're going to have so much junk. What was that sound? Missed that. So we could bring it through a pass through. Well, so looping trains can have one orientation anyway, but yeah, the in and out, maybe not so good. Yeah, there's just an awkward bump here. So if we were... This is going to be awkward. Well, if we were to set it up for a possible future... Jeez. In which we could do a pass-through. Oh, I already had a... I apparently died out here once. We had a box. Oh, right, of course. Oh, and one piece of cement. Right, you've got 2 slots and you had 2 things. I did not use up nearly as much train material as I thought. Maybe I could leave some of that here. Oops. And a few plates. We do have a leveling problem here. This only needs 1 slot. And right now, I'm probably going to want to put it kind of at the end of this line, and then we go quartz, crystal, or quartz oscillators, and then everything else on the train. Approaching others' clearance. Oh man, these things are huge. Okay. And it's like, we're ultimately going to want to have space to be able to get out of here. You know, I was saying the platform there isn't too bad, but the track is definitely going to have to clip to get through there. Wait, didn't I rotate you? Well, maybe end on would work better. I mean, we got minor. If we arrange to stick everything over there, and then eventually we take this stuff out and just ship raw quartz. I think it's like at this point I either have to ship the quartz crystal or I have to shred the quartz crystal. Yeah, this could be awkward positioning. Alright, so you... Well, technically we're producing this. We actually want to drain this right now. This is looking like a possible lift situation. Just don't use those too much. Oh, no, that's the out anyway. I should see if I can actually get tracks to this before we start putting stuff in it. Yeah. The only way I can see around that is to build up some foundations here. I'm not sure what's going to make the most sense for kind of in-ground stuff like this. Might actually want to use this to kind of level with here. Now I'm a little bit concerned that I'm going to need to really push this out to cover everything. Yeah, it's being limited by something else. So you'd actually have to be level with that topmost spot over there. Let's see, unless I can get... Uh, eh, eh. So we can get the freight platform, which is trying to hook up... is just trying to snap to a train station, so it just can't even go here. I didn't realize that was quite that hard of a requirement. I need room for a turn at the end of this, too. Alright, that is a farther up position, which could make... What the heck? Our exit terminal tricky, if we ever did that. Which I guess it's doable. That could be back a little bit farther. I might need a little bit more of this to get our where we want it. Alright, so you are what? You're 2 foundation sizes? Is it just 1 slot? Yeah, slightly floating. Oh. Actually, this entire thing is weird, because I thought I lined it up to the train station itself. Maybe train stations aren't exactly foundation size. Not exactly. Alright, so that will eventually be able to take over our power connection. You are... Quartz. This... I guess this still works. Oh, except it's much higher now, so you could almost be... higher. This thing could have almost probably been a lifter itself. And I'll still process that stuff, but I think the actual mines are shut off for a bit here. So we'll have to allocate space for processing here. I could perhaps... Actually, no, I can do. I can go ahead and put this in the boxes. And that did use up some materials. Actually, I almost should have torn down the... Turn down this stuff. The power poles probably aren't really in the way. Since they're already built, we could have a redundant connection. There might have been some way I could just run this out. I think I've already taken out one of the belts that was running up to the new area. Yeah, a lot of quartz. And at some point, we soon will not be able to hold things. Yep, and we have hit that point. I don't know if I'm going to go out here enough to justify a tube, but I'm going to have to come back at some point to switch it up to raw quartz. And I'm probably picking up these, I'm picking up some plates, I'm picking up some, like, some poles. Which, I mean, it's all stuff you need for construction materials. Alright, so I think we got back around to this area as far as clearing stuff. Not quite. Alright, there we go. But up here, there's some junk on the ground somewhere. Almost there. Yep. And there's our excess quartz. Alright, now up here is where I'm actually going to be working. So if I drop some stuff off here, I could maybe just make some extra space. Okay, you're set up to receive... Oh, I haven't actually bridged this yet. I must run out of belt materials. Oh, I wanted to see what the train station was, and I was probably out of stuff for the train station. Oh no, these are actually oscillators. So when I build a train station here, I'll be able to... Alright. Well, I might have to build a bridge here. Alright, so... We're going to want the train to stop here going this way. It's actually a little bit cozy there. And then I built a bunch of foundations. So I can't even dump one to be a box. We're gonna want it going that way. We're gonna have like raw materials, then we're gonna have that stuff. Maybe I was thinking about the other way for some reason. Or do I actually kind of do set it up where it's straddling this? We go like raw materials, input, blah 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 blah. That'll just be a stretch over there. Oh, actually, going this way. We're going to have at least a one gap for the Caterium, so yeah. Well, that does represent some materials invested. Really? I can't just... Well, okay, so... It's going to have to be set up somewhere, and then we're going to have to connect that to the rail. And, of course, I'm full, too. Wrong way. Yeah, because what I really want here... can I do blank platforms? They probably require concrete too, huh? Like, yep. Concrete and frames. Okay, so yeah, you were at one time a spider cave. Well, I mostly don't need... as much of that stuff. Of all the silly things to come up short on. Alright, well... need one of those. We still need 2 freight platforms. So yeah, we're... those foundations really killed us. Okay. There was a limestone thing near here. I don't think I'm using it for anything. Oh, there's more up there. Yeah, so actually I could just get some stuff here if I wanted to as well. Alright. Did I set up a workbench out here? Because I did have some mines. Yep. I even had a man must have had some hard drives. I don't really want to run for this right now, but just having some of these around might be helpful. Well, this is a one-step process. You could just do a quick little counterflow. How to save. Alright. If we need more, we can get it. Alright, so this is coal. Oh. Well, this is the one place I could potentially do some competitive coal stuff. It might be even easier at the other spot. Okay, yeah, did I bring the biomass with me? I guess while I'm here, you can see how this stuff is going. Oh. Okay. So we have been fully able to empty our cells here. Now, if it was still dropping something off, it may have emptied itself. Ooh, that was a lot of plastic. Let's see, and then we had to add some rubber buffers. They're just technically still getting used. But I might be able to take down the freight platforms here. Maybe I put that off until I start rearranging trains, because we'll just kind of stop going here. I have technically forked the train network, and then just... well, I'll have to catch the train on the right side of the tracks for it to do the right thing. Yep, concrete. Nope. That's why we came back here in the first place. Maybe I should take down the platforms here. I guess they're just a little bit afraid that I'm going to need concrete to... no, it shouldn't cut the... straight platforms shouldn't cost more than... the freight platforms. In fact, I don't even need platforms here at this moment. Alright, we need only 150 for that. And we came up short. Oops, well, that didn't work. Now, I wonder if removing the station just broke that train. Well, it's still moving. Of course, it still had 2 stops it could go to, so it might just go to doing those 2. He's right here. Oh, I have some inventory space. Of course, we actually left some stuff lying here. Okay, no more boxes. No, I need one gap here. If it's going this way, that's going to be our Caterium. Alright, how does this look? That's pretty cozy. And this stuff could perhaps be up a little bit. No, that's right. That's the virtual rail. It's gonna mess us all up because that wants to be higher. Maybe a little bit off. Now, yeah, this is already closer to that stuff, which is kind of not good. That's kind of the annoying thing of doing these higher. You have to do more to make it look good. Kinda wish... Well... It's not really locked into anything. Must be another train platform. Alright, well if these things are about too wide, we want this one to be about here. We want maybe output to be about there. Blank platform, so... Yeah. Interesting that the train station gets posts, but these don't. So now this whole thing looks bad. I mean, it's got platforms, I guess. Maybe we could just do something like... No, we want that one. Which doesn't even maybe up here. Oh. Right, it's too wide, but it's not... Okay, so you got some support. But it's not... Because we kind of tried to center it on this thing. Oh, is this... it could have been a little bit farther up, but we've got... Oh. If I'm shipping raw quartz, I can't put you straight into here. I'm probably going to have to back this whole thing up so that we can do quartz stuff here. And what we saw there is that, well, if we're processing all of it, we would need 6 of them. How much can these take, though? 18 per minute. One of those produces like 22 per minute. I set this up to... Okay, so you potentially need 3 of them. But that means this raw material wants to come in over here where we've got room to set up that processing. And I did that as... well... Maybe it's not going to be the top one. Where are these coming in? Like I run out of belts or something? Oh geez, I brought him in over here? I guess I was figuring I'd have to go around the train station, wherever the train station ended up being. And of course now we don't need that bridge as high because it doesn't have to be that far forward. It's not on quite the same line, but having some space here might be nice. Oh. And then we go up the hill again. So maybe we do need to lift it a little bit. Or we need to... I guess there's nothing saying I can't have multiple train stations, right? At least while building. I was gonna be a especially awkward height. So I'm gonna need that thing to actually be out. Oh, okay. Well, so much for the theory that you could put the train in the middle somewhere. It just won't even connect there. Alright, so one end of these things is going to be shipping out oscillators. Man, I almost have to do this whole thing high now. Well, I guess I can... I can, like, run it back and then run it forward. Just do some belt jumping around. Oh no, at this level, we did this and it goes into the ground. We need to allow for, like, about as far back as it's going to go. No, train station. Right, that far back? Well, as soon as I start going up here, we start climbing the hill. So, based on what we've got right now, we've got drop-off, pick-up, gap, and pretty much out here. Oh, that could come back a bit. That could come back. That one starts to get a little bit buried. Now, I don't know if I can build anything else onto these. Or we kind of have to figure it out from first principles again. Can you attach this train station this way? Okay. Alright, so that'll let us dump off new materials, have some room. And then I guess our production will kind of have to cross the streams. So eventually, we will need some quartz processing here. And this might actually be a little bit... And of course I put my bloody box here. Right, I just had some stuff that was in that box. Like I probably wasn't doing as much rails, and I go through a lot of plates. Alright. What would our space allocation for output's going to be there? This isn't a whole heck of a lot of space. Do I actually do that on the other side and swing it around? I'm gonna have the rest of my raw materials crossing over. Is there any other space up here? A little bit of space up this way, going towards the cave. So if we come out... That's really going to be a swing around. Oh yeah, we'll just convert the quartz, no problem. Except space is a problem. I set this all up to work well with delivering the stuff by train, and then we have to process it first. Just in case we want to do silica later. Actually, well, I'm going to be delivering... I guess we'll fix that once it's out. So all of these machines still only need like 60 right now. So we've got these. They're going up high. So they're probably going up high. Individually they need 18 each. So 60 should do it. We'll have that as our initial load. Maybe I just do switch back to that there. And if I want to ship silica, I can figure out what to put in their car. Okay, well, pushing that back made that little end up a little bit in the ground. Yep, no, that's independent. Excuse me, no. Okay, that is joined. Yeah, that's mostly on the bridge. Oh, I think that they are load by default, so that's fine for the other one. So this is going to be our unload. These things are eventually going to get loaded. I gotta get all the way around to there. So those are actually going to be coming in. Well, this might be a place we want to do some stacked belts. Now what are my numbers on these? 14, 2.5. Okay, so nothing here is going to need more than a 60. I don't actually use these very much. And that belt is backwards. No, actually it should know its direction... Yeah, from these machines. It's not completely independent. No, because I end up on top of that, right where you'd think you'd want to point your cursor. Why is this terrible? You'd think this would be like exact... I guess you have to put it like... just a little bit out from that where that one is. Trying to line up with all the things. Alright, we might want these even higher to pass over the train here. Oh, and then I've got the... my backlog of oscillators problem. Alright, so these need to get out to here somewhere. And then we kind of need to do something over here. I don't know if it really matters which is which, just they're all going to the same machine. That's right, I also need the train station to get power up here. Alright, and then we have a very awkward shipment situation for the backlog. So we don't even necessarily need to be producing all that fast? Well, this thing will produce slow, so it'll probably be fine. Let's see. What do we want to do with this once production actually gets going? Gonna be really slow. So I guess that would be an argument for doing more than 3. Where are we? That's quartz, which is going to be quartz crystal for now. You're over there. I mean, I could do a big lift to just pass it over. So I do a big lift around, or I do a big run around. Alright, well, a little bit of clipping there. Unfortunately, when we start delivering these, we're also when we start producing. Oh, man. We got something running here, because we were just starting to push our power. Maybe it's all the computer stuff? Alright, so we do have one train on here. I don't think I have any of this, and it's not even running these manufacturers yet. I don't know if there's any power here. Oh, well, okay, so these tight belts are not good for moving through. Alright, I'm going to need to be able to fork this off for other purposes here. Only getting into, like, constructors and things. Alright, and I still have to I have to take down... Well, we're just going to take main base off as a stop, so that shouldn't be too big an issue. Oh. Interesting. We don't get the little lookout platforms on non-cargo spots. Alright, so the oil area that's going to be receiving these oscillators needs to be updated. So I should probably want to drop down here and take the tube out. So we actually kind of need to remove one station. I guess if it stays on load, it wouldn't really hurt anything, but we're not using it out there right now. Oh, well, if that turned into an unload, I could use the crystal for silica later, maybe. So maybe if I leave it in load for now, it'll be okay. But oscillators needs to be an unload. Oh, I had some extra quartz crystal here. I'm tearing everything down. The rate which we're using this tells me we're not producing these very fast. So I originally had 2 running, and I figured I could probably run 4 with what I had, and that was just on the other materials. I mean, we're... no, I guess that'd be about half the quartz for this. Alright, you... more quartz. We can take some of the cable back. There's little boxes all over the place. Okay, so it's 18 per minute. That should be 20 each. We're doing a 3-way split. Maybe we just haven't reached saturation yet. Well, yeah, 1 part per minute. We've got an entire minute to do it. It is a little bit disconcerting, though. It might just be that it takes a minute to do your initial fill, because that's going to be pretty close to full rate on it. And we can move parts faster, just we're not going to really use them that fast. Am I going back to base? As long as we just don't send the train to main base, we should be okay there. I guess having that other platform in load wouldn't really hurt anything until we switched it over. I'm trying to think what took up all the power. I guess we did get all we did add a bunch of oil processing. It's like there were 2 things that we were like barely or not using, and then the other one that probably stopped at times. so this is all running. We still got a backlog of circuit boards there. We still got a backlog of circuit boards there. We've got Deuterium wire flowing. Alright, so what's our gap? Okay, well, we're getting plenty of Deuterium for the time being. Oh. I forgot to run these into the train before we switched everything over. No, I think I was just going to leave these here as just supplies for this area. Alright, so that's Deuterium. This is going to be quartz oscillators. This, as long as it stays in load mode, won't hurt anything. So train is at Deuterium station right now, and it is coming this way. So we're going to lose that. We're going to add from Oil Islands, it's going to go to quartz, and then oscillators. Not quite filling it up, but getting there. Oh, I disabled the output for a second. Uh-oh. Did it get confused by the timetable change? Unable to reach next stop. Oh, by direction. Okay, well... How... So the problem here is that... It determined that was next stop. When it really shouldn't have done that. So basically, we have to trash this entire thing and start over. Go game. So now your next stop is quartz. Okay, so what we learned here is that we have to do Oil Islands first. And whatever we add after that is going to become next stop. Alright, meanwhile, let's say, plenty of coke. Looks like plenty of Deuterium. Got some computers set up. That's all the fuel. Although as power rises, we are going to be running this closer to the line than we used to. tank is still fine. I've still got plenty of fuel. Oh, you know what? We've just been shredding plastic here, so I could be turning this residue into rubber if we need more. I feel like there's underutilized space out here. Alright, I put... yeah, so... okay, we've definitely got excess coke. Okay, train is getting up to quartz. That's... well, for the time being, that can ship quartz crystal. But if I would end up wanting to do all clad out here, and, well... copper is the issue with all clad out here. There is a copper down here. And was it a pure copper? Alright, so we've got computers. We're going to have oscillators. We needed radio control units. Oh, the radio control units need the heat sinks. So we either have to ship the all-clad in. And the radio control units going to turbo motors for whatever reason. But both of those need heat sinks. So, oscillators don't even do us any good till we get that going. Which probably means we are going to have to add some extra cars onto this. So either we have to get bauxite from way the heck up there, which there's probably some way to work it down. Maybe down along some of these shelves. Or we get this train to what? Either come along here. So I kind of need to have a little station where they could do a station-to-station transfer. Now, technically, I've been putting all clad back in this train, just assuming I would then ship it somewhere. But I guess I could have you come down here. Well, that would end up reversing it. This could be awkward. If I brought the all-clad train up here, I might be able to redo this thing to also be a all-clad pickup. Or we could add another station somewhere in the middle. I know this is really high, and there's like a thing like you bounce over here and come down and around. Maybe there's some ways to work down here, or back along this way, and like over the waterfall, and then looks like this might be a downward, kind of a downward trajectory. I mean, this is almost a train thing again. Or come down off here and all the way through. Anyway, we just dump stuff over the edge, then pick it back up. So then it's bauxite and water. We get a little bit of silica. You make alumina. Alumina and coke gets aluminum scrap. We have an option to skip the silica, although we're also kind of setting up to eventually be able to use to ship quartz on the train. Got quartz down here. I could put a copper stop here. I need another card for that. Or we just ship the aluminum, the all-clad we've got, which we're not currently using. So that means we kind of see if we can add something here. Well, it's going to be changes to several stations. Because this is going to be another station. That's going to be another station. And right now, well, shoot. It would probably be on this end, which is going to break the schedule in the meantime. And a bunch of power stuff. Do I have any other stops that are shaped like this? And they have to adjust the train if I do that. I almost might catch the train while it's here. Or at one of these stations. And then any other... Well, see, this and oscillators are the... Well, nope, Caterium has this shape too. Because it's going this direction. I don't really have room to extend quartz on that end. Where is the train? It's done oscillators right now. Let's see, so that would break the schedule. Once that's done, we also have to add a blank to Caterium. It'll still break when we do the track. I think you can technically run multiple trains in one line, but they just kind of overlap. Huh. Oh no, compass doesn't have... Okay. Huh. And basically, this one probably just has less stuff. It's interesting those are out of cycle, though. Some of this was the stuff we were moving. Alright, so you're done. Now, I guess a train station could have served as a gap. Let's see. No, we actually do probably want to be delivering stuff here, so it's going to be a freight platform. Not a freight car. I hope that all connects. Alright, and then we've got some work to do on you before we fire things up again. This is going to be an unload when the time comes. Oh, I didn't reset my station name. That's a brand new station now. Electrified rail in the water. Nothing wrong here. This one's gonna be kind of a shame. We're gonna need, maybe a little bit of a problem. Alright, so the way that's coming, I almost want to leave the train station, except that this thing is going to be full of... Yeah, it is actually full of... Wow, so that means we did drain the 60 are out of there really fast. Yeah, so moving that's not going to be a great option. I'm not sure I have an option to move this. Or if this is a case where I probably need to do, because we can put this here, and we can put this here. But freight platform has to, no, there's just me a gap. Has to attach to other stuff, so hopefully that all connects. That cut off power down here. Nice to the long reach here. Apparently. Oh, and that, well, I guess most of our power draw is where the generation is happening, so it's not too bad. All right, so that's this one, and then Quartz oscillators is the other place where we're gonna have to add that, and maybe we do the loading there. I have to see if it's reasonable to get something in there. I mean, I guess this just about could have been a train line itself. Well, I think we go through some relatively forested bits here. Yeah, there's some rough spots. Now that we're not necessarily going to base per se. I think there does. Wait. I guess I turned this down too much? I know I had trouble, or maybe because it's also high? It shoots straight out. Or straight down, it causes a problem. No. No. Okay, so that was okay. Maybe I need a hypertube up here. I'm gonna... It's like at some point I want to switch it over to doing the crystal on site. I don't know if we're going to expand it, but they're pretty slow. Oh, well, we've got a station. That should have kind of established the station grid. Alright, so this place and this extra station didn't get any support. Well, neither did that one, I guess. Is not gonna be so great for doing a handoff. Because I would need to get a second track through here. Now, there was the little cave thing. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. But that would kind of give you two independent tracks. So this one would go off through the cave, which we'd want to route it a little bit differently in that case. And then we could do all clad up through there. So you would kind of come up through here somewhere, you go boop. And you have this one come into here and then do a belt across, maybe. So somewhere I dropped a bunch of pipes, but not a bunch of steel. No, I just picked up a bunch of extra steel. Interesting. So the thought is to turn one of these into a train platform. Well, that still disconnects the power. And maybe do some sort of handoff. Oh, yeah, about that power connection. Oh, can you not split off of a station? Okay. So what would it look like? Well, we're gonna have some water crossing for one. Okay, so we've got a little thing there. What's this? Yeah, so probably has to be over there. I don't think my concrete would hold up to bridge building right now. But I set up a concrete factory out here. Oh, look, these guys are still here. I mean, I could probably just run away from him. Probably. Yep. Just let out. Okay. So somewhere down here there's a train track. Alright, where do we come from? There's that one. I think it was more over this way. Oh, well, okay, if I'm building, I may have to deal with those guys. What was that? Somebody shooting? That was a big boat. Why are you here, sir? Okay. Now, where the heck was I? Yep, nope, I don't want to mess with you. Okay, so there's that rail, so it has to be over here somewhere, I guess. Oh, okay, so this seems to be the wrong way. Oh, is this it? Yeah, this looks like it. Where'd you go? There we are. Alright, so we've got... We're trying to come down somewhat. Alright, that's going to be a little bit of a turn. I don't have... I'm not going to have enough concrete right now. Okay, we went off the cliff. Oh, I went way too far down. That's coal stuff. Now, I guess water doesn't count as grounding for jetpacks, huh? Alright, so that's the place I'm going for. So we can totally make that turn. Hopefully the wreck doesn't become a problem here. Actually, I wouldn't be too surprised if rails went through water just fine. You know, some of the rest of this game is. And we weren't at quite the right angle here. Two-tower return, you say? Probably need to start turning this bit sooner. Actually line up. This is going to be a little bit awkward here. Yeah, it continues to be awkward. Okay, so that just is going to essentially give it a shortcut right now. Except that we then want to do something out here that actually kind of like turns this into like a separate station. See, is that going to disconnect anything? No, because it's all the same track. Oh, well, I haven't actually played with these much. I don't know if they're significant or if the trains just kind of figure it out. Alright, so you need a station that does drop off so we can do the swap. I guess if I had a... if I had another train that was like just that one thing, we could fit it into the same slot. Man, because one has to... Yeah, you don't like have gap cars in the train itself. You can't like load and unload the same platform. If it was on the same platform, you'd have to have one of each, and like it would just cycle over. So this is gonna kind of be a little bit silly, but we kind of just do need to get stuff from one train to another. Oh, but since you're not... do you need power? Well, that train is definitely on power. This is going to hook into the other power network, which will be hooked in someplace, somewhere. This will hook in for now. This is an unloading station. I don't know how fast this needs to be. I mean, initially it'll be pretty fast, but... Well, I had a fair number of machines feeding stuff, so we could certainly produce it fast. And we could double barrel it. Conveyor belt is too long. It's like such a fidgety placement. Alright, so now we have to go down this, figure out where... Now, there's already a branch that heads more towards the base. I think this is going to fork off and maybe divide from the other... Well, I just won't have any of those stations on its to-do list, I guess. Yeah, it's like this... So like these fork off down there. This might fork off around here. And just go straight down this way. Once again, I don't know if these things matter. I guess I could technically let the quartz train go again. I'm not really using these power poles anymore. I'll probably just, it is technically, oh. Right, so if, okay, so you're the power line to that, and that would be the other power line to use, so I actually kind of want to swap over here anyway. Actually, we didn't even need that pole. Oh, I guess we did. That one's a little close, but it's a little bit more important. Maybe. Actually, the hypertube itself is a little close. I've got all these lovely machines right in the path you'd want to take a train through. Well, right now I'm not using this. If I wanted to get these manufacturers going again, I would need to set up pass-throughs. And sprues, the thing that you almost never need personally. Okay, we don't... Currently have a fork where we'd like one here. Okay, so that swings out a little bit. And then we get the counter swing out this way. You never have something just be straight. Maybe I actually did need it farther back. Well, that's pretty far back. Kind of ended up at a bad angle there. We still got a little bit of angle going on too. And we got more funky angles. This does not currently connect, but I could probably, well, we're not currently using the rest of the line. We just have some funky trains if things ever ended up being the same again. So we got one up there. Yeah, that one will actually work. Oh, actually, this is a different train than the one I'm hooking up to, so that's... And that's too much joining. So much train pathing that could be happening. I was thinking I'd take the all-clad up to base, but I don't end up needing to do that. And the electronics train's been shut down for a while because all the stuff went into computers. And there's this stuff. Oh, I guess everything's full. Oh, are these not? I thought these were like limestone and mycelia and stuff. Okay, well, I guess it'll just look weird. Alright, so this beautiful thing... Power is going to be an issue at some point. Okay. So yeah, so this is the one that stopped. I never named it. So this is the Quartz Express, I guess. Although it's ending up doing a lot more than that. The timetable, the aluminum line. Goes from all-clad to all-clad receiving. Oop. Oh, Oh, so it's currently going to all-clad, so this is the next stop? Is that how that works? Because that got a little funky there. Is that right? Yeah, because it has to go down here for Coke. So that might make it do some weird stuff here. Okay, so now maybe that's where it was when I stopped. So now it's going to go to there, around here. We almost have a transcontinental railroad, but We kind of did a little shuffle here. We got to switch over to our quartz stuff. I mean, I guess you could have done it where, like, this was just... I guess I didn't have to do a train for quartz, but... I could have just done quartz, all-clad, loaded up a different train with that stuff. But you're doing pretty good at all-clad production line. I think we're going to want the quartz over there anyway. And this will actually be able to load the all-clad, which will let all this stuff run, and then next time around it'll be able to drop off raw materials. Oh, and technically since the rails are all hooked up, I can... add timetable. So I think it's currently at Oil Islands. It goes to Quartz, and then oscillators, and then it isn't really a nice end to end, but oh, the train would have already been loaded, so it didn't actually pick up anything there. Next time it comes back through. Okay, so that could use a raise too. Oh, this one just missed it. Oh, no, it was actually going down to Quartz. So I don't know what belts we actually need here. I mean, they'll build up, they'll get places. So that train is running. Next stop is going to be Oil Islands. Because we can start setting up to use this to make heat sinks, and then we'll actually be able to use the crystal oscillators in the radio control units. But right now, that was my alarm going off. I need to go places. If things wrap up early enough, I might come back for like another hour or two tonight. I don't know. We will see how it goes. But I do have to be leaving right now. So thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody who hosted me. I'll see if I can find anything interesting. So when I'm usually on, so normally I would be doing 1 hour 1 life at this time. Oops. Yeah, but there was a bug. I haven't actually checked in to see if Jason's up yet. Updated data version number. Okay, so nothing published to GitHub anyway. All right, well, I saw LazyCon playing this last night. Now he's back to Kerbal Space Program right now, but that looks like another cool game. And I fairly enjoyed seeing him last night. So if someplace cool to hang out, that's someplace cool to hang out. Thanks for hanging out with me. Goodbye and until next time.